I just talked about how to colorize this picture from this to this, and now I want to show you how to change this rose in the middle of my face into something completely different seamlessly. For the sake of this demonstration, I will duplicate these layers into new layers, and I will combine them together, merge layers, and then making sure that they are deselected. Looking at this picture, I'm thinking a little butterfly would be totally appropriate. So what you can do here is to go to the top left corner, select the second tool right here. This time, instead of selecting just the flower itself, I actually want to select a little bit more area so the AI can integrate everything a little bit more seamlessly. Now you can click on rectangular tool and then go to this flower where it is, select this part, making sure that you're not selecting everything, but just the part that you want the butterfly to be on. To generate a butterfly, all you need to do is to click on Generated Film, and suddenly you have a bar that will allow you to type in anything you want. So here I would say tiny orange butterfly. Different tool has different prompting style. For Photoshop itself, you don't have to type in anything that is conversational. For example, generate me a tiny orange butterfly, etc. It is a good idea to always just type in what you want it to generate. The beauty of Photoshop is that you also don't have to talk too much about the style you want unless you have a very different vision. And there are a couple of options that got generated. So let me move this bar a little bit lower here. I really love how this butterfly casts a shadow onto my face, but it did miss some of the cracks behind it. And then if you look at other options, this one, you can't really see that this is a butterfly. It's more like a little moss. I actually really like this too because you see how the seam is pretty perfect at the bottom here. But let's see what else that it can generate. So if you click generate again, it should be able to look at this picture and try to find a butterfly that works seamlessly. A lot of time people say, oh, AI will just do everything perfectly the first try. But in reality, there's a lot of trial and error. And now there's another 3 generated. You can always look at the variation on the right side as well. This is your history. This is all the stuff that you have generated on this layer. So if you click on this right arrow, you'll see that there are many variations of the butterfly. Some of them are pretty cool, but some of them didn't really look like a butterfly, and also it messed up with the background layer. I would keep generating just to see which butterfly that works best with this image. And of course, you can always change the prompt if you want to, but here I have a feeling that the next 3 would be a lot better. There we go. This is okay. Oh man. All right. So I just found my favorite one, which is this one. This is very subtle. It has a really nice clean edge at the bottom here. And then the shadow, it actually looks exactly like the shadow right here. So I will actually use this as my butterfly. So this is a perfect chance for you to understand that there is a difference between Photoshop's AI tool versus other AI tools such as Midjourney and other programs. So basically for Photoshop, it is powerful because it's actually taking account of all of the other styles within this image, and it's only applying to a specific area so that it will seamlessly insert whatever you want into the image. Oftentimes it can replicate the style perfectly. Some people might think that, oh man, AI is taking over our jobs, our creative process. But hopefully, after you see this process of using AI tools to colorize, to help you achieve your vision, which is, for me, it's like colorizing all the flowers and also having butterflies. AI is just accelerating that process. I don't have to manually go in and paint everything again. I don't have to find a butterfly on Google image and then try to insert it there and draw a little bit of shadow. There's so much time being saved using these tools. Hopefully, this is a useful tutorial to show you some of the things you can do with Photoshop and also their AI tools. And if you're interested in learning how to colorize different black and white images or monochrome images, make sure to check out this video so that you know exactly how to use Photoshop to achieve your creative vision. All right, see you next time. Bye.